Hey guys, King Pixel here with another episode of Pursuit to Plat. I decided to record my voice after the game and try a more analytical and informative approach on this video to see how I play and correct any mistakes I made and help myself improve. Today we're playing Ahri in the mid lane and we're against an Annie. I'm unfamiliar with this matchup, so I'm going to try to play passive to gauge how it goes for the future. I'm going to post the Poor Professor loading screen so you can pause to look at the ranks, but in the meantime, I'll see you when we load into the game. Welcome back! This is one of my first placement games of the season. In fact, it's actually the second one I'm playing. I chose not to upload the first one I played because we had an Inting Ash support on my team who ended up actually losing us the game, so that footage really wasn't worth uploading. But I played this one right after and the results turned out much better. I didn't do much this game, spoilers, it was a stomp. And since I want this to be more of an informative video, I'll be telling you Ahri's abilities and her ideal runes and item builds. This is Ahri you're watching, a mage that specializes in one-shotting a single squishy target. In this match, I'm against an Annie, who is also a one-shot mage, yet has a better team fight than me because she can damage and stun multiple enemies. I've never played this matchup before, so I decided to play it passive and see how it goes for future reference. But going into this game, I realized the enemy team had the better comp because their bot lane should win the 2v2 as Jin Morgana because Vayne's biggest weakness is her lane phase, and Annie and Nunu have a better team fight than Vi and Ahri, who both specialize in chasing down and killing a single target. I picked Ahri because she is a staple mid laner and always has been throughout the years of League of Legends, and she's still very strong this season, and I think I'll be adding her in my champ pool to help me climb to Plat. Ahri's first ability, her passive, is called Essence Theft. Whenever Ahri hits an enemy with one of her abilities, she gains a stack of Essence Theft and can gain up to 3 stacks per ability cast. Upon reaching 9 stacks, Ahri's next ability heals for each enemy hit and consumes a stack if at least one enemy is hit. An enemy counts as a champion or a minion, or a monster. Her passive is super useful for sustain in lane. You can tell when her passive is ready because of the icon on your hotbar, but also the blue orb that Ahri holds in game also turns green, signaling her next ability heals. Depending on the scenario you are in is how you should use the passive. If you are in lane and there's a minion wave, then use your Q, which will be covered later. By using your Q on the wave, as each minion hit will give you health, and boy is it sure a lot. While in a 1 versus 1 with a champion and no minions nearby, use your W, which would heal you more by hitting them than any of your other abilities. Ahri's next ability is called Orb of Deception. Ahri sends her orb in the target direction, dealing magic damage to all enemies it passes through. At maximum range, it homes back to Ahri, dealing the same and true damage to enemies hit on its way back. This is Ahri's main damaging ability and the one you want to max first, as it's your primary way of damaging an enemy. I usually take this ability level 1 unless we're invading, in which case I might level my level 1, but other than that you want to start Q in case you want to fast or slow push your wave, and you can use it to poke your opponent even if they're sitting behind in or in their minion wave, as it travels through enemies, hit, and walls. It's ideal to hit both parts of the Q as it does the most damage, especially the second half, because it does true damage, and true damage ignores any magic resistance built. Ahri's W is called Foxfire. Ahri gains 40% bonus movement speed that decays over 1.5 seconds and summons 3 spectral flames, which orbit her for up to 5 seconds. After a quarter of a second, each flame targets a visible enemy, or after 4/10 of a second, targets the closest visible enemy in range, dealing magic damage. This damage is doubled against minions below 20% maximum health. Subsequent flames on a single target deal 30% damage. The flames prioritize enemy champions hit by Charm, Ahri's E ability, then enemy champions, then minions that would die to Foxfire's damage, and then finally the target of Ahri's last basic attack within 3 seconds. This ability is what I usually max second on Ahri, and I usually take around level 3. It's a reliable source of damage after landing your charm, which I'll cover next. Fun fact actually, the movement speed bonus that was part of Ahri's old passive, and her current passive was part of her Q, Orb of Deception. Anyways, this is a pretty simple ability. It counts as an execute to minions, and the movement speed is nice to help chase down targets. Next we are covering Ahri's E, Charm, arguably her most well-known ability. Ahri blows a kiss in the target direction that deals magic damage to the first enemy hit, knocking them down and charming them for a duration, during which they are slowed by 65%. An enemy hit by Charm is rendered vulnerable for 3 seconds, taking 20% bonus damage from Ahri's abilities. This is easily Ahri's best ability, as it is a reliable form of crowd control. Be careful, as it charms the first enemy hit and does not travel through minions or monsters, so you need to make sure you have a clear shot at your opponent you're trying to smitten. When an enemy is hit by Charm, they will slowly be moving toward Ahri in a straight line, which gives you a free opportunity to hit them with both parts of your Q, dealing a huge ton of damage. I usually take this ability to level 2 to try and chunk my enemy laner to get ahead during the lane phase, and I usually max it last. You could opt to max it second if you're struggling to confirm your Q after hitting the Charm, because the duration of Charm goes up each level up to 2 seconds at max rank. But it's usually not worth, as the cooldown of Charm does not decrease when you level it. Ahri's ultimate is called Spirit Rush. Ahri dashes to the target location and then fires energy bolts to up to 3 visible targets, dealing magic damage. Spirit Rush can be recast twice more at a 1-second static cooldown between the casts within 10 seconds of the activation at no additional cost. Ahri's ult is very good and versatile, as you can use it for mobility to escape a dangerous form of crowd control, and as a substitute for using your flash. And you could use it for chasing down a target who used their own flash or mobility to escape from you, or you can use it for damage to help win a close 1v1. My favorite use is to position myself so I have a clear view of my target to land a charm as it goes through minions and over walls. I put a point in this ability whenever possible, which is at level 6, 11, and 16. The ideal combo for Ahri's abilities is initiating with your E. It can be used to catch an enemy out of position so your team can get a pick, which can be used to secure an upcoming objective like a dragon or tower, but also because an enemy affected by Charm takes 20% more damage from your spells. I usually combo with E, then using my Q to land both parts, followed by my W as even more follow-up damage, and then my ultimate either to chase down my target if I don't one-shot them, or to reposition myself within a team fight. In early levels and lane phase, I try to use my Q to poke enemies slowly until they are in range so that I can all-in them and get an early kill to snowball the game. In this video, I try to do the basic E into Q combo, but I miss a lot because I'm rusty and haven't played much Ahri recently. Yikes, that's quite embarrassing. It's also fine to start with ult as your combo to move forward to then charm into your Q, as it'll still do lots of damage. If you find yourself with your ult on cooldown, but the enemy team's ADC or mid laner is able to get caught out, don't hesitate to use your flash to go forward and charm instantly. It's worth getting the kill for a huge shutdown, or to gain momentum, or even to prep for an upcoming objective like Baron. For runes, I usually almost always go Electrocute in the Domination tree for the burst damage to aid in one-shotting, with Sorcery as my secondary because Manifold Band is so good on most mid laners. As for the stats, I usually take 2 adaptive damage, and then either armor or magic resist depending on my lane opponent. I think earlier in the gameplay I even show what specific runes I'm running. For item builds, in this game I opted for the standard Luden's Tempest as my mythic, I think it's called. I'm still getting used to the new items. I probably would have gone Horizon's Focus second had the game gone on long enough, since it has great synergy with Ahri's kit, as any champion immobilized takes bonus damage, and 100 AP from the item is nice. There used to be this Imperial Mandate in Riley's build a while ago, but I never liked the build in Ahri as it gave you no mana in your core build, meaning you had to use your spells sparingly. But with Luden's, it gives you a nice plus 600 to your mana pool, so you don't need to be as conservative. However, you can opt out to change your build if needed, depending on the scenario. If you're struggling against like an AD assassin such as a Zed or a Talon, you could go Zhonya's second and even get an early Seeker's Arm Guard for the armor to help you in your fight. You could even go Morel and Omicron second if the enemy team has a Dr. Mundo for the healing. Ahri also has decent roaming potential, which is when you leave your lane to go to another teammate's lane to attempt to kill their laner to get map pressure. She can ult in and then hit them with the charm, which is why her roam potential is so good. I do this once or twice in the gameplay you'll see coming up. Overall, Ahri is a very simple yet effective champion in the right hands. I strongly recommend using her if you want to climb, as she's never considered overpowered in the meta, but neither is she ever considered weak. I hope you all enjoyed this guide portion of the video now. It's time to analyze the rest of the game. Enjoy! Hey guys, if you're here then that means you got to the guide portion of the video. Today we're going to get back to analyzing this game. As you can see, it's kind of a bit of a stomp. My bot lane absolutely popped off this game, to which surprises me because it's a Vayne winning lane phase that hard. Here in the mid lane though, it's been quite a boring game. I haven't really been trying to be active that much. I'm trying to let my bot lane carry me. The Annie's been playing pretty passive too. Right here we actually see me roaming top because I just got that board sitting mid. And I didn't even care if we got the kill or not. I just wanted to do something fun. My Mordekaiser flashes in a little early, which is strange. I also use my ult a little early, but I do get this nice flash charm here to secure the kill. I liked it a lot. It's good to get that pressure, help out my Mordekaiser in the top lane. Here I'm pushing it in to help him. Get the wave crash of the tower so the Camille misses farm. Swain's being really nice and covering mid for me. I even type here good roam because it was a good roam. It helped out my soul laner. It helped out me too, get me strength. Here you see me building the Luden's Tempest, which is a standard item, going boot secondary for the movement speed. Here in chat, you see me having a fun time with the Mordekaiser. It's nice to see fun moments like these in League because the community is so toxic. I enjoy these nice moments when it happens. Now I'm running back to lane here. Well, you see the Vayne popping off again. She's just killing my laner for me. It's 10 minutes into the game, and this Vayne is 7-0, which is amazing. I'm actually just appalled. I just kind of sit back and let the Vayne take over the driver's seat. She's even starting to dive the Morgana here, and she actually does get this kill. Spoiler. She is really fed, and she is the main reason why we won this game. Right now, we're just pushing the wave, securing this tower because no one's stopping us. I see the Nunu's doing Rift Herald. I probably should have left over to help contest that. Nunu ends up flashing the wall here. I do predict that, and I was starting to head over that way, but I have no way of chasing him down. But now I see the Camille's overextended, so I do go top lane to try and get this kill here because, again, I'm very bored and I'm greeting. I think my teammate could have killed that kill. Mordekaiser could have ulted and kept the Camille there, but I hit this nice charm right here, which is actually what ends up killing the Camille because the combination between my Vi and Mordekaiser wasn't enough to kill her. And honestly, looking back at this recording, I forgot we had a Vi. That's how much of a non-factor the top side of the map was in this game. Our bot lane just carried. And it's not that anyone on the top side really played bad, because we all played fine for the most part. It's just that our bot lane popped off and stopped this game. Which, it's happening a lot now in this Season 11. It happened in the first placement game I had. We got stopped because our Ashe inted an AFK'd. I hit a nice charm here on the Nunu. Might have been a mistake going for him. I should have focused their bot lane, but since we were stopping so hard, it doesn't matter. But again, this Swain and Vayne combo, they're just destroying the enemy team. We go forward here to try and chase down the kill, but it's better to just push an objective and get the dragon, which we do here. A little awkward moment there. No one finished the dragon, but it's fine. I had a mini heart attack during the game because I thought the Jhin ult would end up getting the dragon. My dodging kills were not on point, by the way. Ooh, that was rough. I'm just going to reset here, get my Luden's Tempest. A huge power spike on Ahri, by the way. I can one-shot pretty much everyone in the game besides the Nunu right now, I think. And yeah, we just go mid here. Probably can just end the game soon. The Vayne actually does die. I think she greeted too hard for the bot lane. Mordekaiser seems to be in a bit of a tussle here. I don't actually remember if he gets out. I think he does. Oh, maybe not. I go top here because Nunu has the Rift Herald, and we need to stop that. He actually does pop it. I think he has already. Yeah, the Mordekaiser does eventually go down, but Swain and I are on the same page. We're going here to stop this Rift Herald, prevent him from getting too much. I ping that I don't have ult, so I can't really engage. Just Q to poke down, but I get the movement speed for my W and Luden's. I hit a nice charm right here. And then I wait for him to CC the guy, and we get a free kill. A very good teamwork by this Swain. I think now our team we probably should just go to group mid, I think. There wasn't much to get objective-wise. Drake's down, Rift's down. I think we should go to just ARAM mid and won the game. But it's fine to play for fun, I think. Swain hits a nice pull there. Half health the Annie. That's a Swain support, by the way. Fun. We just pushing mid here, it looks like. Again, we might be a bit overextended, arguably, because our jungler and bot lane are bot lane. I don't know why I said it like that. I should have saved my charm. I get caught out here. That's just due to Swain and I being overextended. That's 100% my fault. But they do use a lot for it, and Swain is just killing the entire enemy team right now. This is, again, a Swain support who is 1v3ing. And he gets a kill out of that. And if our team was there, we could clean up that fight relatively easily. I ping him because, holy, he played that to the best of our abilities. Obviously, we got caught, and that wasn't well played. But the fact that we got a bunch of kills out of that scenario was insane because our jungler and ADC bot lane get a tower, and they're pushing for the tier 3. and no one's there to contest them right now because they were occupied with Swain and I. Once again, I go mid lane here because you always want farm whenever you can get it, because that is the most reliable source of gold income. Because before all the kills I got, I wasn't getting much gold. So you gotta farm when necessary. Just watching my team to see what they're doing. What I took from this game, though, my farming was bad. I need to improve my farming a lot. That's a really big mistake that I need to work on. Also, I was very rusty on Ahri. I missed a lot of charms and Qs that I should have hit, but that's easily fixable. I'm hitting nice charms like right there too, but the Camille should not have engaged there. The Annie just drops Tibbers and doesn't follow up. I think she was intimidated by the Swain, but she could have one-shot me if she used all her abilities. But right now, the Mordekaiser is just in the middle of them dealing so much damage, and we end up winning this fight because Swain and I are very strong. It's a 3v4 and they're scared of us. Our Vayne wasn't even here. We get a nice charm on the Nunu, get a nice kill because of it. The enemy team should have backed up there. We just got 3 picks when they could have escaped. Vi flashing forward, but she gets the Jhin flash. We do get the tower here. We're sieging into this. Very low. I'm very low. I'm greeting here a lot. I could easily have just died to a Jhin Morgana combo. But Vayne, it does not matter. That Morgana was full health. And she's diving them at the inhibitor turrets. We ace them here. It's 16 minutes into the game. They're getting on an FF. That is the game. A nice 16-minute stomp. That's usually what most games in Season 11 are like. You just stomp or get stomped. But thankfully, we were on the stomping end. We're going to check damage charts here in a second for you guys. I honor the Vayne because she played very well. She deserved it. She wasn't toxic. We gained 56 LP. We're right now in Silver 4. I expect that I'll be placed around High Silver. This Annie was being toxic, so I decided to report her. Because there's no point being toxic. I think I checked damage charts right here. Yep, I do. I didn't do much because it was a pretty low game, but that's it. Like, comment, and subscribe.